Hey guys and guys.
Hi.
This is Ian and Desideria, and we are doing our Witch's Eve ceremony. Now let me explain real quick. Witch's Eve to us is a ceremony that we do at midnight. It leads into All Saints Day. We have studied the 303 AD massacres, so we'll do something else on that eventually, but tonight is about a ceremony recognizing the dead women and children that have died, that die every day, every year. We have lots of ceremonies for soldiers and men, but this one is for women and for children and the witches that have been killed and just the genocide and the spoils of war, pawns in the great game, unfortunately. So what I do is I read from Andrea Dworkin's book, Our Blood, starting on page 19 through 21. So here we go. The struggle of women, the feminist struggle, is not struggle for more money per hour or for equal rights under male law or for more women legislators who will operate within the confines of male law. These are all emergency measures designed to save women's lives, as many as possible, now, today. But these reforms will not stem the tide of genocide. These reforms will not end the relentless violence perpetrated by the gender class men against the gender class women. These reforms will not stop the increasing rape epidemic in this country, or the wife-beating epidemic in England. They will not stop the sterilizations of black and poor white women who are the victims of male doctors who hate female carnality. These reforms will not empty mental institutions of women put into them by male relatives who hate them for rebelling against the limits of the female role or against the conditions of female servitude. They will not empty prisons filled with women who, in order to survive, whored, or who, after being raped, killed the rapist, or who, while being beaten, killed the man who was killing them. These reforms will not stop the men from living off exploited female domestic labor, nor will these reforms stop men from reinforcing male identity by psychologically victimizing women in so-called love relationships. And no personal accommodation within this system of patriarchy will stop this relentless genocide. Under patriarchy, no woman is safe to live her life or to love or to mother her children. Under patriarchy, every woman is victim, past, present, and future. Under patriarchy, every woman's daughter is the victim, past, present, and future. Under patriarchy, every woman's son is her potential betrayer and also the inevitable rapist or exploiter of another woman. Before we can live in love, we will have to hone ourselves into a revolutionary sisterhood. That means we must stop supporting the men who oppress us, that we must refuse to feed and clothe and clean up after them, that we must refuse to let them take their sustenance from our lives. That means that we will have to divest ourselves of the identity we have been trained to as females, that we will have to divest ourselves of all traces of the masochism we have been told is synonymous with being female. That means that we will have to attack and destroy every institution, law, philosophy, religion, custom, and habit of this patriarchy. This patriarchy that feeds on our dirty blood, that is built on our trivial labor. Halloween is the appropriate time to commit ourselves to this revolutionary sisterhood. On this night, we remember our dead. On this night, we remember together that 9 million women were killed because men said that they were carnal, malicious, and wicked. On this night, we know that they lived now through us. Let us together rename this night Witch's Eve. Let us together make it a time of mourning for all women who are victims of genocide, dead, in jail, in mental institutions, raped, sterilized against their wills, brutalized. And let us on this night consecrate our lives to developing the revolutionary sisterhood, the political strategies, the feminist actions, which will stop for all time the devastating violence against us. And on that note, I also write up some of my own confessions. It's like Christians go, or Catholics go to, a confession booth. I read these out loud to people I care about, and then I burn them and hope that as we get cabin fever through the winter, we don't go crazy. and have more regrets. I'm being funny here, obviously,
Yes.
but mine issues are anger, yelling, and I have gotten physical with Ian before, and we've had some issues in our relationship, and I would just like to get through that completely.
Absolutely.
And the cussing and the degrading language that not just that comes from me, but it seems to happen just American.
Yes.
It's just American behavior. The meat eating, smoking a lot of weed, having more family and friend support, getting out of the house more.
Yep.
And of course, the normal things that we all have to combat are the debts, the animosity, the enmity, the strife, the sickness and disease, and envy. So, my poem that I wrote is, I will try to forgive my husband. I forgive the world. Now is the time to move on. All the troubles and worries and all those who wish me harm cease to exist from here on. Great Mother of the universe, I give my life to you. I trust you with my life. Your will be done on earth as it is in the heavens. There is nothing and no one hidden from you, and it is our saving grace that you search and know our hearts. With good intent, I worship you in all your 10,000 names. Great Mother of all living, may you bless my marriage and my home.